today?
Hey!
How are ya?
I am okay.
That is great. I am okay too.
I was going to say okay is pretty much what I shoot for these days.
I forgot. You know what? Something. I gotta put our names down here really quick. There we go.
Fast.
I wanted to just to do a couple things here. We want to see your comments, questions, likes, and loves, or whatever. So to make sure that we see them, please go to StreamYard.com, Facebook, and give StreamYard permission to post on your behalf if you're not able to post. And so that being said, I am Jess Miller, and I'm very happy to welcome my new guest, Missy Hall.
Hello.
I'm very happy about this. Let me just a little bit about you. You love to laugh.
I do.
You believe pants are optional, which are great for this show.
I was about to say it's perfect. Yeah.
And you think the world would be a better place if dogs were in charge.
Yes.
All three things. I am like so right there with you.
On board. And I thought no pants was great before we were all in no pants. Like that's
yeah. I haven't been in pants for 2 months.
Oh, I know.
Nor have I worn a bra in 2 months.
Oh, do you know?
And I think that might have been a mistake.
That gets a little painful.
Well, I'm playing hacky sack at this point, so
I had to put on. I was great. I was in no bra. It was just my husband and I. But then my daughter came home with her new boyfriend, and I had to put on a bra because I'd never met him before. And there's a chunk of time that has to pass before you can be braless in front of your 21-year-old daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah, a long chunk of time. Like so you're in your 80s, he's in his 70s.
Yeah.
That's saying that your daughter's like 10 years younger than you, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Hey, Shane.
Yeah, well, what's funny, though, is her boyfriend was 31 and my husband is 39.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So not only did I go for my own little private sanctuary, I went to, makeup and a bra and just weird. Maybe presenting the hacky sack. I hadn't thought about that. So maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting really good at my hacky sack skills. It's if the comedy thing never comes back, I can become a professional hacky sack player.
Yeah.
I never lose the ball.
I was just going to ask you that. You haven't lost it down a gutter or anything.
No, and I can do 2 at a time. It's like juggling.
That's pretty
pretty awesome. 2 hacky sacks at a time. It's amazing.
That is, if you do one of those Russian Cossack dances.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to get that low so that I can. Yeah. It's so ridiculous. I'm like, oh my God. I think, yeah, they've definitely moved down that gravity.
Everything is falling apart.
Everything is falling apart. And this is a really good conversation to get into one of your clips. So I have 2 clips that you sent me that I want to play.
Okay.
And the first one is the scoot. That's the first one I want to play because it's hysterical. And do you want to set it up at all, or do you want me to just play it?
Well, it came from true events at the gynecologist's office. The bit goes on even past the scoot part. But yeah, so I think it pretty much describes every woman's experience at the gynecologist's office.
Yeah.
It doesn't put X there so we could stick the landing. I think that would be
the landing.
Stick the landing. Yeah.
And then the next one, so there's 2 that I'll play, but we'll come back after this first one because I think this is great.
Okay.
And it's fantastic. So let me add this to the screen and we'll just go ahead and start playing it here.
Oh, look, that was back when I didn't hear.
Absolutely. Just out of curiosity, has any woman in this room ever made it close enough to the end of the table on the first scoot down? No woman in the history of gynecology has ever made it close enough to the end of the table on the first scoot down. No, it's always no, a little more, honey. No, scoot down. No, come on, scoot down. A little bit more, dear, scoot down. I'm like, dude, my hoo-ha is on your face. You are sitting on a stool with wheels. You stood up. I can't believe I got that comfortable. All I know is an eye pop once, you're gonna lose an eye.
That's a brilliant bit.
Thank you, and it's all too true. It's all too true.
It's fun to write jokes that are true.
It's my favorite. And it's so funny. Right before the pandemic hit, I had ordered T-shirts that say "I got a pedicure for this" with a question mark that I'll sell, eventually when we get back into the world. Now I've got, all of these. But the first night, it was the last show before it went down. Believe it or not, there were like 3 gynecologists in the audience, and they.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Were they dying?
They were, and they're like, it's true. No one ever scoots up far enough. They're like, it goes against your instincts, and I'm like,
it's not. No.
Yeah,
I had no idea that we were going to talk about gynecology, but let's do it.
All right.
I don't know how I'm going to do my next one because I've had a knee replacement and my knee doesn't bend right. Okay. So if they tell me to scoot, I'm like, I can't scoot. I'm like, so what is someone going to come in and hold my fucking leg?
Yes. Believe it or not, I have an answer to that question.
And it's, I don't want to know
I know. Because I shattered my kneecap when I was pregnant with my daughter and had to have it like surgically rebuilt.
Oh my God.
And there was an assistant that came in just.
That's just awful.
It was awful.
I mean, it's already bad when you have to scoot your butt down on the table, but to have someone have to hold your leg up for you.
Imagine that conversation.
And what if it's a small lady? Cause I'm a big woman, right? I'm like, I'll crush you. If you're not strong, I will fucking crush you. You don't understand. My leg weighs 50 fucking pounds, and you're gonna have to. If you're like under 5 feet, you're gonna have to hold that shit up over your head.
And the oh God,
that's why I wear long sleeve shirts.
Remind me never to do that again.
Oh no, that's terrible. That's terrible. I don't want anybody to come in and hold up my leg for me because my knee won't bend right.
No, because that's a story at their dinner table that night too.
How'd it go? Well, this really large lady came in and I had to hold her foot up. I would hold and he kept saying, scoot down. Like, how am I going to scoot? How do I do,
what if they would scoot with you and you've got your leg yeah, it's not.
You better be a strong woman. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like, I need a lift assist. And that's not okay with me. That you're already in the most vulnerable position that you could possibly be in.
Exactly. And there's always the question is this going to be the day I get bad news about it down there? And at least let me put back on before you tell me the bad news, And that I always panic that they're going to come in before I'm fully undressed.
Do you really?
Yeah, because I don't mind the doctor seeing me naked, right?
Okay, first of all, let me just interrupt you here for a second because you don't look like you're overweight at all. Let me say that. So I can see they always give me extra time because it's like, well, she's a large woman, so it might take her a little bit longer. I don't know.
Well, I get panicked that they're going to see me pull my underwear off. I don't know why. Like, you can see me in my underwear, you can see me naked, but I don't want you to see me maneuvering my underpants or like stepping out of them.
That's a very strange phobia.
It fucks with me. Like, it's a big, but I panic and do you hide your underwear?
Yes, I hide my bra and my underwear.
Yeah, so I
fold my clothes up and I put them inside so no one can see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So there. That.
So yeah, we're. Yes. Yeah, that is. Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It really is.
I don't know if it's a thing for other people, but it's a thing.
I swear it is.
It's hysterical. Oh my God. My favorite thing about that clip were the guys sitting right up front because how uncomfortable for you to talk about gynecology appointments, and they weren't going to laugh.
Right.
They were like, we're not going to laugh at this. I mean, I was watching them.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, we're not going to laugh at this. And then you said something about the speculum. And if I cough, you're going to poke your eye out, and they lost it.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about that whole bit, and then the whole stuff that comes after a transvaginal mesh ultrasound thing that I talk about, my favorite thing is how it draws the men in.
Yes.
They're afraid I'm going to say something gross, like I'm going to talk about my period, or they're afraid of the gross, right?
Yeah.
They're afraid of but then they start watching the women, and they start realizing that, wait a minute, she's hitting a nerve, because every woman in the room is like swinging her hand on the table.
Yes.
So then they start to realize, wait, no, she's not being gross. This is actually a thing. And then once they give themselves permission for it to be funny, they lose it.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
It's cool. That one does my heart and soul well, because afterwards the guys are like, damn, that was really fun.
You know what's going to happen. It's nice when when you've been doing it long enough that you know what's going to happen during your set and how people are going to react. I love that.
Isn't that the best? Yeah.
Yes, because I can just be very calm now. In the beginning of stand-up, I was not calm. Even when people would laugh at my jokes, for some reason I'd just say, oh my God, that was so awesome. In that voice, in the microphone.
Wait, you did on stage?
On stage, while people would be laughing. I don't know, it was a tick. I'd be, oh my God, that's so awesome. Oh my God, that's fabulous. In that voice.
Interesting.
And I didn't even know I was doing it, but I would always record my sets.
Okay, so did it shock you when you did it, or did it work as funny, like when Jim Gaffigan?
No. I didn't know I was doing it.
Oh my gosh.
At all. And so my wife and I would drive back from the city, and we would drive home from the city, and I'd listen to my set and I'd be like, what the fuck is this? Did you know that I did this? And she goes, yeah. And I would twirl my hair, and you can see I don't really have much, but I start twirling my hair. Oh my God, that's so awesome. While I'm holding oh my God, that's so awesome. And I do a sigh. Like that. I don't know why. I have no idea.
It was that's when you're doing public speaking, so we call that your tell. Like the weird thing that you do.
That makes you nervous.
That when you're nervous, you got to tell.
Yes. It's
self-hug.
We would count how many times I would say, oh my God, that was so awesome.
That is hysterical.
It's hysterical. I actually did a tape of myself just saying that. That's
cool. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm sure I have things too, but I don't think I have a separate voice.
I
don't have a whole little side voice.
Yeah, I would sigh. Oh.
And you don't come across as a person who does that in real life.
No, I don't.
I don't see that as your. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and then the new one. I keep coming up with new ones, which is why I like the videotape and audio tape myself. Rubbing my belly.
Oh, that's flattering.
I'll just start rubbing my belly.
I do this a lot. I play with my hair. I grab my hair. I do it a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's not a plan. I don't go, okay, at this point in the joke, I'm going to grab my hair and scrunch it. Right. Just do it. I will actually know, like in a particular joke, that I need to make a face, and I know what face I need to make. Right. Yeah.
You get so in tune with your jokes and what the audience is going to do that you know what you're supposed to do with your body and your face and your voice, everything, who you're supposed to be looking at. Yeah, all of that stuff. And but then you look at yourself and you're like, oh, I didn't know I also did this. Oh my God, that's so awesome. Yeah. Oh, and I also have a thing where I lean forward. I noticed you're leaning forward in a couple of your. Yes, you did. I lean for. I don't know what I'm doing. I think you're trying to get close to people. You're trying to get their attention. I guess, but I noticed comics do that, and I'm like, don't do that. I know. I don't want to do it. If I were sitting in the front row, I'd be like, please don't lean towards me. Stop it. Stop it. You're going to hurt your spine, and it's uncomfortable for all of us. Just stand up like a normal person, but I can't. I can't. And I notice when people take pictures after shows, I tend to do I'm like, what am I doing? But all these pictures of me are leaning forward with a big
Yeah, that like I don't know where it comes from, but but it's as automatic as like the face that you'd make during a bit.
Oh,
yeah,
it's exhausting. I don't know if people actually realize how much energy goes into doing stand-up.
I think most people don't realize it until they try it or think that they want to try it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, especially because most of us look like it's just fun and flowy and easy when we're on stage. But then if you hug me when I get off stage, I'm soaking wet.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
I'm going into year 8.
Year 8.
I started later in life. I started in my 40s.
Okay, me too.
Yeah. Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
So I started in my 40s.
We were both in year 8.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's very cool. Yeah, I have June 24th.
It's funny. I don't remember my first day, but my first show ever. This is ridiculous. My first show ever. I decided I wanted to try stand-up. People kept saying, "Oh, you'd be funny. You'd be funny." I was always an actor. I was a teacher and stuff. And I worked at just a little community theater in my hometown. And they're like, "Well, why don't you try comedy?" Somebody was filming a internet special. And they said, "Well, why don't you come warm up the audience?" I didn't even know what that meant. So I did. I just went and I talked. And then the record label that was there were like, "We'd love to do an album with you." And I'm like, "Okay."
Really?
I'd never done an open mic, nothing. And they're like, "Yeah, do you think you could do like a full 90-minute show?" And I'm like,
"You're like, yeah, of course.
Of course I can.
Not a problem." It's hysterical.
So I did it. It made the first round of Grammy nominations for Funniest Album in 2013.
How did you do that?
It was, I just went, we just filled the theater. I just talked. I didn't know anything about writing jokes, creating a set, nothing.
Oh my God.
My first comedy show ever is my first album, Misrepresentation. And it was, put out by Realize Records. And
that's amazing.
I didn't know any better, which was the best thing.
Sometimes not knowing better is a good thing.
Not knowing better was the best thing I could have ever done with all of this, because then I realized I didn't know how to do 5 minutes.
Oh my God. That's hysterical. That's amazing. Seriously, that's amazing.
It's just pretty funny because I'm nothing like, my comedy is completely different now, and all of that is,
yes.
And I didn't know how to do. I literally did not know how to do 5-minute sets. How did you start? What was your first?
I took a class at Caroline's.
Did you?
I did, with Linda Smith.
Oh, cool.
Who I love and adore. And it's hard for me to watch that very first clip.
Oh.
It's really, really hard. I still have stuff in my set that I do from that clip. I've built on that 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I have about an hour and a half from that 5 minutes, right?
That's so cool.
Which means I have a very, very strong 45.
I understand.
Right?
Fantastic, right?
Featuring, I love featuring because I don't have to deal with a check drop. So I'm extremely strong, very, very strong at featuring.
Well, also you're in that nice amniotic fluid. Like,
yes,
you can press, you can do and you still come out golden.
Yeah, but I never try to do I'm very energetic on stage.
Okay, yeah. See, I have it. Me too.
And so I'm kind of like, I just go 110%.
Yeah.
So if I get if people are like, you have to be around. I have to be with really confident headliners.
Yes.
Like I want them to want me to be successful if I'm opening for them.
Yes.
Right? Not like, hey, dumb it down for me a little bit because I don't want to suck after you. And that happens, and it's crazy that happens.
It does. My favorite is when the headliners are like, "Holy shit, I'm nervous going after you." Not because they think they can't.
I love that.
But it's the best.
I love that.
They do like if the audience, there's no pressure. when the same kind of pressure than when you're closing and have to deal with the check drop.
Yeah.
And, you know,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'll do whatever. Like, I like all of it, but.
So funny. All right, let's get into this next clip.
Okay.
This is exercise in nature. Do you want to set that one up?
Sure. Yes. Well, this all started when, like I said, I started comedy when I was in my 40s, and I noticed doctor's appointments just kept getting weirder and weirder and weirder. And I can remember, like, back in my 20s and 30s and stuff, I would exercise so that I would look good naked, right? And now I have to exercise just to stay alive. And like, nobody's saying, oh, you'll get a great butt if you do this. So people like, Missy, your cholesterol will come down. And you won't have a heart attack if you take a walk. And that it's very different. And I'm not a fan. Like, I admire people who get like a high from exercise and go, oh, I feel so much better if I can get out and do some exercise. Like in the pandemic, I'm developing a 6-pack ab, and I'm not that girl.
I am not that girl either.
Not that
I would love to be. Let me get this set up real quick. Yeah, I would totally love to be that person.
Oh, I so aspire to be her. She's very cool. She's just not me.
So funny. All right, here we go, you guys. When I was 23, I would exercise and diet to look good naked. I remember that. Now I have to do that just to stay alive. They're serious about that at the doctor's office, right? They are. They talk to you about your like levels and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, you just diet and exercise like it's such a simple thing." You know? No, Missy, you don't have to do a lot. Just go outside, take a walk, enjoy nature. I'm like, oh, I hate nature. I like the idea of nature. I don't like it when nature gets on me. But if being in nature has taught me anything about myself, it's that if I'm ever forced to choose between being a hunter or a gatherer, I am going to be the village whore. She just gets to lay there, you know. Don't have to talk to anybody. Better game, definitely better game. I did give it a try though. I did give the exercise a try. Like I pulled out my old sports bra, the only one that I hadn't Marie Kondo'd out of the house, you know. Doesn't bring me joy, but I kept wrestling into this thing. I'm like sweating and panting, and my Fitbit's yelling, abort! 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 And I get it on, and I got one arm pinned above my head, one boob sticking out of my armpit, and it's laughing at me. What sport are we gonna play? You going to putt yet? You know? Then I rolled into some yoga pants. Those are cute, right? 23. Those are cute. I looked in the mirror and I was like, huh. I wonder if a camel ever does lift up its paw. Does that look like a... It does.
That's so great. That was great.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Oh my God. So what's your method for writing? Like, is it mostly just things happen in life and you just turn them into something?
Yeah, usually
I love your physicality on stage.
You know, and that is, I don't plan that out. I'm very fortunate in, I think, all the years of acting, and I was also a middle school teacher for years. So I've always been physically dynamic.
Okay.
I used to act out commas for my kids. I'd do little dances for punctuation mark and stuff.
You were an English teacher.
Mm-hmm. English, and then I did I directed the plays and stuff.
Okay, so we have a lot in common because I was in community. Yes, I was in community theater, musical theater.
I would say you sing. Do you sing?
Yes,
What's your favorite role that you ever got to play?
Well, I was in Rent. I played a homeless man.
Wow. Good show.
And then I morphed into a homeless woman.
Yeah, hey. I
got cast type a lot. I would say out of everything that I've ever done, probably playing my angry vagina was the funnest.
Yeah.
Because it was very much in line with me.
Okay, perfect.
And the comedic part of it, you know?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Musicals, mostly ensemble.
Okay.
Because I'm not a Cinderella type.
Yeah. Well, I have the like I've gotten to play Mrs. Lovett, Miss Hannigan, you know, the Into the Woods. So that's kind of my
great.
I'm not the pretty girl, but I'm the
yeah. Are you a soprano, alto?
I'm a mezzo.
You're a mezzo. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm,
I'm mostly an alto at this point. Yeah.
Well, I thought I was for years until I trained as an adult and we realized that I could go up a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah. I can hit a high C if I see a snake.
Yes. Yes, I understand that.
That's really, or if I'm on stage and I'm like, oh my God, that's so awesome.
Oh my God, that's so awesome. You're like, there's your high C, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, there's a high C. Yeah. I sang Alto's Lament. Have you ever heard of that song?
I love that song.
So, you know, she goes up to the high C.
Yeah.
And I did this for college. I was a vocal major. And I could not hit the high C unless I basically screamed it. So I acted the high C out.
Okay, yeah.
Because there was nothing else I could have done because there was no way for me to make that sound pretty.
And what I love about that, and I teach vocal. And what I love about that as a performer, I'm like, you just make it happen. Right?
Yeah, you just make it happen.
You make it happen. You're not trying to become an opera singer, but in a song like Alto's Lament, when it's comical anyway, you have to make the sound. You can't back away. You just have to make it happen and commit to it. And I love that.
Yeah. I just take a deep breath, brace myself, and get way fucking up there in the stratosphere, and I'm like, and everybody, you know,
doesn't matter. It's perfect.
And it gets the laugh, and that's all I want, and then I move on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, but and then I directed Wizard of Oz the musical and Shrek the musical. So yeah, we have some stuff in common.
We really do. We really do.
Yeah.
That's where the physicality with me on stage comes from. And then the jokes themselves usually just come from stories. I've only recently started trying to write jokes down on purpose. Usually I would just get up, because usually I'm either featuring or closing, so I have plenty of time to play and throw in a couple of new ones and kind of write them as I'm performing them.
Yeah.
And that's how I do it.
You're comfortable doing that?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I truly believe that if I don't know what the words are going to be before I say them, that they're going to come out as they're supposed to.
So you perform a lot? I mean, this is your full-time job now?
Yes.
And you're doing a lot of corporate stuff, so you're working clean mostly.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. The corporate stuff has just been starting. So my comfort spot is PG-13 to R. Is super comfortable. That's really easy. That's where I can do an hour and a half without blinking, right? That's super easy. I think the cleaner stuff is a little bit harder, as does every comic.
I hate it.
So I've made it my goal. I really want to get good at it.
Right.
Because of challenging myself and also money. Right?
Yeah, because you get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's so I've been lucky that I've gotten to do a lot. I've gotten to do stuff in retirement communities and even nursing homes. I always figure a workaround out for if there's a space where I don't have a really good clean joke, I'll do a little song or something, you know.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not super clean.
Mm-hmm.
I can perform in Florida.
Okay.
I'll probably drop 2 F-bombs in a set for 30 minutes. In a 30-minute set, which is very, very good.
Yeah,
My
absolutely.
record is 38 fucks in 16 minutes.
Are you serious?
Well, it's 2.4 fucks per minute. But the thing
Are you
is that
angry, or is it funny? Is it like angry funny, or is it just
it's not. It's just I'm in the zone.
got you? You know,
And it happens if I'm a veteran. So if this was a cop fundraiser. So if I'm around cops or firefighters or veterans,
I got you.
I swear a lot more than normal.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I do that when I'm around moms and our kids aren't around. I swear to God, I use the F-bomb so much more in real life than I do on stage.
Yeah.
I do. Like I curse.
I don't.
In real life. I do. And not out of anger. It's always funny or it's always an adjective.
Yeah.
But I don't really use, I can do fine without, like I can have a set that I could put the F word in, but I can take it out and get the same number of laughs.
Yeah, I do have a couple of jokes that I can't do that.
Yeah. And that's fine.
They fall flat.
Yeah.
I can substitute the word. Yeah. But it does not, and I have tried it so many times. I'm like, I'm going to try not to say the word fuck in this one, and it just doesn't work.
Because sometimes fuck is part of the joke.
It is the joke.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like if it's not an extra word that you don't need, but it's actually where the humor comes from, you have to have it.
You have to have it.
I had one joke when I do this thing where I'm screaming at my kids, and I used to just scream out, the shoes were still on the fucking counter. And then I realized it got just as many laughs when I screamed, the shoes were still on the kitchen counter. It's like I say the same and the same laugh, but that's not the important word.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if your joke is set up like that, then don't ever compromise your joke.
Oh, no. I only have I think I actually have, I might only have one or two jokes that have fuck written in.
Yeah. Everything
else is very gratuitous on my part. It's just that it's me having fun now.
Yeah.
You know, like my last tape that I got, I was headlining and I sent it to my friend. I'm like, what do you think about this? And she's like, I think your album would be called Fuck You Motherfucker. Because I was saying it so much. But you don't even notice. Like there are certain people that I notice where they're swearing and it's to fill gaps, you know? And then there's people that it's just a part of who they are.
Yes.
And that is absolutely a part of who I am just as a human being.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a fuck you motherfucker. That's me.
That's your thing. And you know what? I have found when I'm watching comics, if their act is authentic to who they are as people, even if I don't know them as people, if your act is authentic to who you are as a person, it comes across relatable and funny.
Yes.
It really does. If you try to do something completely out of line with who you are as a person, you can do it as an actor, but as a comic, it usually falls flat.
Yes.
You know, it does.
Yes. Everybody wants authenticity with comedy. You got to have it.
Which is kind of nice because in most of our lives, nobody really wants authenticity.
Yeah, and I think that's the hard part for me too, because especially with this and not being able to do comedy for the past couple of months, I think that's where I feel seen the most is on stage. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, even in theater, people are introverted. They go on stage and they just become this person, and you do feel seen. Yeah, you might be seen as a completely different person, but you're still there's still something in that you're being seen.
Yeah.
Either for the struggles of that character that you're playing or the comic that you are or whatever, you're being seen.
Yeah.
So this is hard. And I love the laughter. That's your validation.
My favorite thing, and it's going to sound so hokey, but the connection with the audience, there's nights where you can feel just they're in it with you.
Yeah.
People that come up after and they're like, I had a shit week and I feel so much better now. Or I'm going to think about you the next time I'm at the gynecologist. All of that stuff. It just means so much.
Yep. I get that I do a mammogram bit and I get that with mammograms.
Yeah. It's just, but all of those things, it's like it's funny. I'm not an introvert like I'm not socially awkward. I'm not shy. I'll talk, but I do love my alone time.
Yes.
I love like if I could have life as it is right now, like home most of the time, except getting in my car to go to a show every night and then coming home, I'd be so happy. Like I like not going anywhere, which is, I didn't know this about myself.
You're just learning it now?
I mean, I'm an only child. I've always liked.
Oh, you got the only child thing.
I got
Okay.
the only child. Like I need.
My wife is an only child.
Okay.
She's fine on her own.
Yes, absolutely. Like I could probably do a quarantine by myself, and it would.
You'd be fine.
I probably would be.
My wife would be fine. I would lose my shit.
Yes.
Yeah, I would go absolutely insane. I'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna.
Like I'm going out there. I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I think there's a lot. You kind of settle in. So I think this has been easier on folks like me than it has been on others.
Yeah. This is not an easy process.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I'm not willing to risk myself to go outside, but it's definitely not an easy process.
No, and that's the thing is, it's like, and then when I get like, oh man, and it was me. This was my only income. Like,
I know, that's great. Well, and you said your husband is a what?
My husband's a travel advisor. So
you guys got it. You guys got it double.
Yeah, it's really not great. And we're managing, and
he can still advise people just not to travel.
Give them all refund. Yeah.
I advise you not to travel. That'll be $50. You're welcome.
So far that right now he's in a salaried position. So for a couple months we're still good. But it's so depressing because all it is just cancellations and maybe 2020. Oh, no, not till 2021. Like it's just boom, boom, boom. So it's
how far are people canceling out?
There are cruise lines that aren't doing anything till 2021.
Yeah.
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 I just had a not a comedy gig, but like a motivational speaking gig that I was going to do for moms of twins in November. And they said, can we do November of 2021 instead? I'm like,
really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Really? Oh my fucking God. Really?
Yeah. That part.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, I mean, my feeling has been comedy will come back.
Right.
It'll be in smaller groups, you know. Mm-hmm. I do know of a club that's opening up. They're opening up at 25% capacity.
Okay.
They took 75% of their chairs and tables out of the club, and they spread the tables out every 6 feet.
Okay.
And I'm like, in a 200-person room, that's 50 people spread out in a 200-person room.
And you know what it's like to do.
And that's weird.
A spread out room. You know, our sweet spot is when people are packed together and close.
That's right. That's right.
Where there's like a dance floor and then round tables all separated. You just feel like a dumbass up there with the microphone.
Yes.
And
I've done those shows.
Around everywhere, and I just look foolish. Like you need everybody. Yeah. Wait, so we have to adjust everything.
Yeah, I think though that fall of 2021, it's going to be back with a vengeance. That's comedy.
Yeah.
I think by fall of 2021, everything is going to be back to normal 100%, and comedy is going to boom like crazy.
I'm counting on it.
But until then, it's going to be a lot of I think people just have to be super creative.
Right. Well, like well, one of the cool things I'm doing some teaching online. Like I had the studio here because I coach acting, vocals, and I also have a couple comic wannabes that I'm walking them through creating their first fight. Now that I know how to do it, so I'm coaching that, and that's been cool in like a good little way.
That's awesome.
It is really fun, and I like figuring out how to teach that way with the connection, but just online. So that's really cool. But I've done a couple online shows. That's so hard.
I haven't been able to do it yet.
Jess, oh my God, you feel like such a dork. Like,
yeah. It's like standing in a living room with a hairbrush.
Yes, it's exactly what I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm in my house with my computer on top of a table on top of a dog crate with like lights behind me, and I have my microphone set up and everything, and I can't see anybody. And you just feel like like I'm like this.
You couldn't see anybody?
No. They finally made it so because there were like 100 people.
Oh my God.
They had to mute the mics because all the sound would come through. I think it was on a group. I forget it wasn't a platform I'd ever been on before. So finally what they did is they put on one guy's face and one mic on so I could hear a laugh. Just for timing.
A laugh.
You
better. Oh, that's hysterical. I would have shit my pants.
I was so sweaty when it was over. I swear my husband's like, what is the matter? I'm like, that was terrifying. That was
that's not good.
Terrifying. I'm like, this is hard work.
It's a completely different medium.
It's a completely different medium, and you know, stand up doesn't necessarily train that way, so you have to adjust yeah. But on the flip side of that, we're coming up with creative ways.
Well, I do a character, a Southern lady character who reads books.
Okay.
Her name's Dottie Mae, which is right above me right there.
I was gonna say, well, I gotta find Dottie Mae.
You know, she talks with the Southern accent. She's so nice, y'all. She's really nice, and she's got the pretty hair. I'll pull up a picture so you can see it.
I want to see her.
She's great. She is not me, and I am not her.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, yeah.
That's fun.
Actually, let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
While we're talking. Can you still see me?
I can still see you.
Okay, great. I'll pull it up and I'll give you a little taste.
Yeah, I want to see.
Of Dottie Mae.
Dottie Mae.
It's creepy. It's creepy.
Is it? Which also fun.
It's creepy. One of those things where when I was doing Little Shop of Horrors, and I had to be the announcer in the very beginning.
Okay.
Right. And so, you know, you're out there by yourself with the microphone and, this is the newscast, whatever. I was the newscaster. And I had to wear a wig and a dress, and I was like, I'm not wearing a fucking dress. You're not gonna make me wear a dress. I am not wearing a fucking dress. I'm not wearing fucking heels. No. I'm not wearing fucking heels. You're not gonna put me in heels. You're not gonna put me in a dress. And my friend's like, you can do this. You can do this.
Oh,
and you're not you. You're a character.
That's the only way that you could get through it, right? Like, this is not me.
This is not me.
This is, yeah.
Well, it was the very first time that had ever happened to me, right? So, I was just like, wow.
Oh.
Let me pull it up and, oh yeah, I am. Okay. So I worked on this. So this is where I read a book. Okay. And, let's see if I can get this to work here. Share the audio. All right, so pull this up. On the bottle. Ha! This sounds like a woman to me.
Oh,
a bottle of wine will remind mommy to pack school lunches, but packing lunches will kill a buzz. So she'll set a reminder to make tomorrow. What's that?
You completely transformed.
Completely.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, not even, yeah. I will go forward a little bit. I'm just going to say, and her cookie that's under the bed, because they have a picture of a cookie. This dress tomorrow. Listen, moms, if you're out there, don't even put on a bra. You don't need to. If you're over 40, when those kids get out of, you know, if they start mouthing off to you, just swing a titty at them. I'm really going to have to Lysol my hands and my tongue. Well, we're talking about real world problems here, y'all. And the kids ain't going to school. This is some down home titty swinging story time drinking hour. I know, it's almost
that's awesome.
It's so inappropriate. On her way. So yeah, that was the whole.
That's fun.
I love doing that character.
That is really,
because people don't actually know it's me.
I honestly, if I had been just scrolling through, and granted, we haven't talked in real life before and stuff, so I don't have a real good grasp on your face, but I would not peg that as you. Like that's
well.
Really
so
cool.
I was doing the Little Shops of Horror, and I come in, and the lights come up, and I'm standing there, and I start doing my newscaster thing, and all of a sudden I can hear people talking in the audience, going, "Holy shit, that's Jess," because they had never seen it. This is me, right?
Right.
And then I had to run back and get ready for Skid Row, which I had like maybe 5 minutes, and I had to dress up as a man.
Okay.
And so the wig came off. I put on a beard. I taped down my boobs. I wore a suit. It was a complete transformation, and you'll appreciate this. I don't get to talk to a ton of theater people. My producer said to her daughter, "Who's the new guy?" Yeah. So these are my Little Shop of Horror. These are all my characters, and oops.
But when people don't know it's you on stage, that's your highest compliment as an actor.
All right. So those are all the guys that I played.
Holy crap.
Right? And these were the women.
Okay, you do an awesome. Did you do your own makeup and everything for those?
The dude stuff I did.
Yeah.
I had someone doing my makeup. But I do the makeup now.
Yeah, but that's really good. That's really good. And like when somebody doesn't know it's you, that's the best compliment you can get.
It's an amazing compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I figured if I ever have to be clean, I can be clean as Dottie Mae.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. She's funny. And that's the thing, is you could get over the uncomfortableness of being clean by being her.
Exactly. And the hardest part is that she has not been so clean.
No.
But when she says fuck, she's like, "Oh my God, bless my heart. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but I've been hanging around my cousin Jess too much."
Yes.
And she swears all the time. It's rubbing off on me.
So yes. No, I love it.
Mm-hmm. And I call she calls me a kitten licker because I'm gay.
She's so kind.
She's like, bless her heart. Bless that kitten licker heart. So it's fun, like this is the creativity. Like you have to, like it is fun. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, well, that's the part that I think people are most surprised by.
How much work it is.
And how much work it is. And even though sometimes even if I don't plan a lot, the doing of it, the expressing it, it's work. Like
it's work.
You come out of it, you usually have that high after, and then you're like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
It's draining, but it's the best. It's the absolute best.
Yep. Yeah. A comedy show for me is 24 hours.
Really?
Yeah, because I'll get ready for the comedy show. So I'll drive. So if it's like a Thursday night and I have a weekend of shows,
right?
That weekend doesn't end until Sunday,
right?
Because I don't sleep because of the adrenaline.
Wow, I tend.
Right?
Yeah.
It's hard for me to calm down. So I'll go to sleep at like 3-4 in the morning, because I'm so hyped up.
Yeah,
and then I wake up 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And then I have, 11 or 12, I wake up, I have my coffee, do my thing, go over my set list, get dressed, whatever. And then I leave for my next show. Yeah. Repeat. And so that it's an exhausting job, but it's the best job.
It is. I think one of the reasons that I could turn off is because when I started, I had a teenage daughter, a teenage stepdaughter, and I was a full-time middle school teacher. I was going to shows. Like I live in Delaware. I would drive to DC to do a mic, come home.
Where at in Delaware are you?
Okay, I'm in Wilmington now. I was in Middletown. I'm in Wilmington, Delaware. So
how close is that to Dover?
Dover, I'm half an hour away from Dover.
Okay.
Little more. Actually, probably 40 minutes away from Dover.
Great spot. Huh?
Were you Air Force? Do you know Derek?
No, I was Army, but we
Okay.
always, my brother lives in Virginia, so we always take
Okay.
the Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
Yes. I love
Yes.
that bridge.
Yes. I was stationed at Fort Eustis, though, so I'm a
Okay.
big fan of, and, you know, I love Ocean City, so.
Yeah, I grew up in Salisbury, Maryland, and then all lower Delaware, and then moved up.
And they have comedy there, huh?
No.
No, I didn't think so. I was like, wow, that's cool. When I'm passing through, maybe I can do a show with you or
There are
something.
some shows, but it's not clubs. There's not like a scene. I'm on the road always.
You're on the road.
And
But what a great spot you're in, because you're in a terrific spot in New Jersey, PA, New York,
and then
Virginia,
do Baltimore, DC. Honestly, it's a surprisingly good location for comedy.
Well, I mean, your commutes are how much are your 2 hours at the most?
Well, it depends. I can do, like, I've driven to Connecticut, done a gig, and turned around and come home, and that's like a 5-hour drive.
That's too much.
I'm a monster. I am a monster. Like, I am going, I turn on audiobooks, and I drive home.
Yeah.
My family is, if I'm tired, I'll get a hotel.
Yeah.
But the average, I would say, is about 2 hours away.
Yeah.
Most
anything over 3 hours, I'm getting a hotel.
Yeah, I do. Of course, if it's more than one night show, if they're offering a nice hotel, I will. But most of the time, I just want to come home. But and after show, I'm so jazzed up, I'm wide awake to drive.
Yeah. 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 So, that's great. I need to see the two. You got a new puppy today.
I did get a new puppy. Let me message my husband to come up here.
I'm gonna see if I can get my Thumper. Thumper, come here. Now. Come see. Come. Now. He's in a deep sleep. Come here, bud.
He's in a deep sleep.
Come here. That's a good boy. Oh, he's here. Stretch it out. Come on.
Come here, buddy.
Right now.
Dennis.
We're gonna try to introduce you.
Now,
come here right now.
Here's my adult dog. Come on, Dennis. Come on up. You can come say hi.
Oh, there's that baby. Oh.
Now see, this is just this is my big boy.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yes. Hey, Germs. Will you bring her up? Yeah, so this is Dennis. Look at that face.
This is Thumper. Oh, he's being shy.
Oh, he is so shy. I know. Look, it's another doggy. I know.
Then we don't care.
No, they're like, we don't care that there's other doggies. But doesn't it feel good to show you?
I'm gonna take my earbuds off for a second.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be able to hear you.
Hi, baby.
You want to say hi?
Hi, baby. Look at that face. Oh, come here. And
he just wants to be held all the time.
Baby Delilah.
Oh, cute.
Your little face.
Hi, Delilah.
Hi, baby.
Oh, how old is she?
8 weeks old. Monday.
Oh, so she has that little puppy breath.
She's got the puppy breath, and she's got the little puppy like pounces and falls asleep.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, she's so sweet.
Oh my God. And what breed is she?
She's a golden doodle. I mean, clearly not a golden version of one, but she's a golden doodle.
There you go.
And and she's so soft. What is he?
He's an American Eskimo.
I had an American Eskimo years ago. I was
very smart dogs.
Yes, very smart. But he's so sweet. Hi, yes, Dennis. You can still be in the picture.
Oh, he's very hammy for the TV. He actually played Toto in The Wizard of Oz.
Did he really?
He had all of his marks. He was a very good actor.
Do you know, I had a golden retriever named Buster who sadly I lost a couple years ago. And I got to play Paulette in Legally Blonde.
Oh,
and then Buster got to be the dog. And I swear, for curtain call, he would go out and prance. He knew they were clapping for him. Like, he finally got to it.
Oh, no,
it's so sweet. What do you see, Puppy?
We have Henry. Come here, Henry.
Look at Dennis's paw on my arm.
Come here, Henry. Oh, hi, Henry.
Who's Henry? Well, hi, Henry.
And this is Henry.
Oh, my goodness. What is Henry? He's a puppy.
Henry's big.
He's a big boy. He's a bear.
He is. Henry is a Pomsky.
Oh.
And he's very heavy, so I'm going to put him down.
Okay. You're like, my arms. It would be like putting your leg in the gynecologist's office, right?
Henry isn't good. Henry's special.
Okay.
He's special. He has, I think he has a depth perception problem.
Really?
Yeah. He doesn't, so he has problems jumping up and down off the couch because he can't, like he'll go. Oh, you got stuck.
Yeah.
He goes forward and he backs up and he goes forward and he backs up and he goes forward and he backs up and I'm like, come on, Henry. And then I have to go, I'm up, Henry. Henry, come on. I'm up, Henry.
It's gotta be that voice.
Henry, up. In that voice.
And
every fucking time. I'm like, Henry, come on, Henry. I'm up, Henry. I'm up.
He probably is totally faking it. He's like, I'm gonna make that bitch do that voice.
No, because they're really not stupid.
Yeah, no.
He's just like, I'll just sit here and stare at you until you do it.
I want the voice. I'm not doing anything without the voice.
Yeah, it's hysterical.
That is. Don't you love the people we are in front of our pets?
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the best. They are going to be devastated when this is over.
Henry, I think will be fine.
Okay.
He's laying down. He lays down everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He can't stand. He can't. He's like, I don't want to stand up, and you can't make me. Like, he's like, I don't like anthropomorphizing or animals, right? And his Pepper is completely wound up.
Right.
He's like,
oh yeah.
Someone's outside, 2 miles away, and I know it. Yep. You know, so he's ready. He's ready to go all the time. So he's gonna have a really hard time.
Yeah. I'm Dennis's emotional support animal. Like, I need a vet.
In person?
Yeah. Yes, I'm his, but that I am for him. Like,
he's your emotional support animal, or you're his emotional support person?
I'm his emotional support person.
Okay.
He was a little off, and he's very, very dependent on me. Like, if I go check the mail and come in, it's like I've been gone for days.
Yeah.
He can't handle it. He gets sad when he sees me put on makeup.
Because he knows they're not. Yeah. They're very, very smart.
They are. He's been loving me.
That's so funny.
It's so true.
My God. It's so true. Well, I am very excited to meet you in real life.
Yes.
And to work with you. I like your energy.
If
your energy is this good on a video, you're going to be a lot of fun in real life.
I can't wait to be with you in real life. I think we're going to have a blast.
We should meet up and do the vagina monologues together.
Oh my God. That would be the best.
Right?
I've never gotten to do that show.
You haven't?
I haven't ever gotten to do it.
It's a fun show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's heavy, but I had fun.
Heavy can be fun. I love going back and forth.
Yeah. It definitely. I don't. Not in that one.
No. Okay.
No, I'd stick with the angry vagina. I like that one.
Well, the angry. Yeah. I can see that. I like to, because in real life I tend to be kind of like happy. Sometimes I like to have a role that's darker and sad.
Yeah. I like the dark roles. I just don't like those particularly dark roles.
That's fair.
Yeah. I find them very triggering. I'm like, I
was about to say we all have
so sad. You know, I'm like, I just want to be angry.
I know.
You know?
Yes. I resent having my emotions manipulated to sad. Like, I won't watch sad movies that are sad for the sake of being sad. You know, like don't write a fake story.
Like Steel Magnolia's sad?
Yeah, like that's a fake story designed.
Okay, but that was heart-wrenching. That was
heart-wrenching. And I love
Philadelphia.
Again, I can't do it because you go in, I give you my money, and you just make me cry because you love these people and you love these words, and then they die. They get to go home rich and happy. I, in the meantime, am sobbing on my couch, They're fine. They recovered from this shit a long time
That's
ago.
because they were in it.
With me. Yeah, it messes with
Talk about good acting, though, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I don't even remember when I saw Philadelphia.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I think it was about 93-ish, 94.
I was going to say, I remember it was I always have my pre-Carly, my daughter, or after Carly. I know it was pre-Carly. I know it was like in my 20s.
And that I can still feel.
Yes.
You know, and then it was a very good story. You know?
Oh, it was an amazing story.
Right. So.
It was an amazing story. That one. Well, and Rent, the first time I saw it, every time I see Rent now, I cry.
So here's a funny story about Rent, right? That was my very first audition in a musical theater.
Okay.
And it was not long ago, 10 years ago, maybe. And I was actually taking voice lessons to audition for America's Got Talent and the X Factor.
Okay.
I wanted to be on America's Got Talent because I was like, I can do this shit, right? And so I was like, but I would have these really bad like auditions. Like,
okay, that's a problem.
That's a problem. And so I figured, well,
if I could just get past the audition part,
I can get past that. And so my thing was, if I take voice lessons and I have to sing in front of somebody without vodka, and that could help, which it actually does help.
It does.
It really does, right? So
when I work with adults, I'm always like, the biggest problem adults have vocalizing and singing is the inner monologue of this sounds terrible. Once you get past that and can do it in front of somebody who doesn't throw up or pass out laughing,
right,
it gets you ready. Okay, right. But anyway, so keep going.
So my voice teacher said you should go audition for this musical, and I was like, okay. And I wasn't into musicals.
Okay.
I didn't do anything really creative for a very long time, and kind of auditioning for America's Got Talent got me back into doing it, right? And so I was like, okay. And so I went and sang for What's Up by Four Non Blondes, because they're like, we want a rock song, and it was karaoke, bring in your own tape. Yeah. And I was like, there's 24 measures of intro music, so I played the air guitar during the audition for Rent because I didn't know what to do. I was like,
yeah, did you know how to cut the track?
I can't just stand here like this is awkward. But I ended up getting cast. Yeah. I had no idea what Rent was about. I was just going to audition to get practice auditioning, right? I get the call back, and I was like, oh my God, I got a call back. This is amazing. This is my first musical. This is amazing.
It's a happy thing.
And I go and I dance. I had to do this dance scene, like they did the choreography callback and stuff. And I was like, this is really uncomfortable. And then I danced with the dude.
Another way I can put myself out there.
Yeah, I had to dance with the dude, and he was bald, and he's like, don't touch my head. And I was like, and I touched it, and I'm like, oh, because the sweat was disgusting. And I came home, and I told my wife, I'm like, I danced with the street guy tonight. Turned out he was gay, and I found out my gaydar was broken. And so, but I ended up getting cast, and I said to Steph, I'm like, wow, I'm really talented.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super talented, right? I'm like, and then it occurred to me that maybe I should know what Rent is.
Maybe.
And so then I got the video, and I was like, I might not be as talented as I am gay.
Wait a minute. Did I get cast because of my talent?
Or because of being gay?
Because of my gay. Because
I'd like to think that I have a little bit of talent, though.
And if you look around at everybody else in the show and at the auditions and going, what looks similar here?
Yeah. So it was me and one other gay person.
That's awesome.
But it's just a fun story, because that's not what they were doing, but it could have been. It very well could have been. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what was going through their heads.
No, I'm sure it was talent.
I would like to think that I was a little bit talented. Oh, it's so funny, though.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, and then I played, like playing Mr. Bernstein in Little Shop of Horrors. Hey, Seymour. You know, like, yeah. It's just so much fun. I love theater. I love theater.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I do too. Oh, and you know what? I miss it because I haven't been doing shows since I started doing comedy as like my job because they run on weekends.
and you have the rehearsals.
Yeah, you have the rehearsal, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
But, you know, I think it would be fun every once in a while. Maybe I'll meet a bunch of people and we can do like just a cabaret show, you know, just like some fun.
That would be fantastic.
So much fun.
Yep.
Everybody pick a song from your favorite musical and we'll do
I've learned so much about life just being in theater, you know, for the short, I've learned a lot about life through comedy too, but the connections, I love the connections I have with really good people. I have a lot of good people in my life. So
haven't you been amazed? And we tend to find each other, but you know what I mean? Like, you start finding.
Like this.
I was gonna say, I can tell you're gonna be one of my people. You know, like,
we're people. We're our people because we're theater peeps.
We're theater people, and you just have that thing. You're like, oh, we're in the same club,
and we're in 2 clubs together.
Two huge, and it's nice for somebody to get your references, right?
Yeah,
you know,
I don't get a lot of theater references, so you probably get more of mine than I get the technical aspect because lesbians tend to get stuck in tech. I don't know why this is.
It's so true. You know what else? My aunt is a lesbian, and her wife, my favorite thing. She's like, we're really into cooking. I'm like, you guys really are. She's like, oh, and these are her words, not mine. She's like, oh no, it's a dyke thing. I was like, is it? I was like, I didn't know that.
I'm really into takeout.
I was
being lazy.
And I'm like, is it? And I was like, are you sure it's that, or is it because you're from like Vermont and there's plants? I feel like it's probably more of a Vermont thing.
Well, if she's a Vermont lesbian, she's definitely into cooking.
Did you see what I'm saying? I was like, but it was so funny. She's like, oh yeah, no, I was
Vermont lesbians cook. I think New York lesbians are like, let's order out. No, I think it just depends on geography. I do. Lesbians cook up here. They do. Massachusetts lesbians cook. I think, it's hysterical. We also go out to dinner.
Yeah,
I mean, it's shocking, but we do.
It's like you're actual people.
In general, we're sort of just basic humans.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Wow, you really like to cook? Like, because there's 2 women, like, what are the chances that at least one of them is not going to want to cook?
Yeah, well,
I keep trying to get my wife Stephanie to cook.
Yeah,
she is the worst cook. She's horrific. Okay,
really?
She's gotten better over the 19 years. She's gotten better. I've had my moments, but for the most part, I'm a good cook. I made her a really bad vegetarian meatloaf with fake ground meat. That was one of the worst dishes that I made. Okay. One of the worst dishes that she made was gazpacho.
I love gazpacho.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't like hers.
What is soup?
Well, she doesn't follow the recipe, and recipes are very important.
Right. Whenever somebody says to me, like, I'm kind of an intuitive chef, I'm like,
no, you're not. Her specialty are one-pot wonders.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a wonder that you're alive. That's a wonder.
We're all wondering why you will eat this shit.
She's gained some weight since she's lived with me.
Oh, fun. My husband and I have been putting on pounds since quarantine.
Oh
my God. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
I know. Because I haven't been out of yoga pants.
And I'm very into your bit about having to exercise to stay alive.
Yes.
As opposed to when I was 23, I was running 7-minute miles in the military.
Right.
And I was like, this is some cool shit. But I mean, I've had some serious injuries since then. And so I'm like, Steph asked me today, you want to go walk? And I'm like, no, I really don't see a point in it.
It's not enjoyable for me.
It's not enjoyable for me anymore. It's going to hurt me. I don't want to do it.
And everybody loves yoga. And I don't get that either.
I could maybe do hot yoga. And just, like, but you know, like I can't bend my knee right, so
I can't either. I checked it when I was pregnant.
We're in 3 clubs now.
Yeah, exactly.
So I kind of think like when they go and they do the downward stretch bendy stuff and my back is fucked up, I'm like, I can't do that back arch. I can't do on my knees stuff. I'm like, you know what? For yoga, I'm just gonna stand there and go,
Yeah, and my tits are in my face because you're upside down. You know, it's too quiet. They like whisper.
Is it too quiet for you?
Fart. I was like, I want
to be the person who would fart.
Oh yeah, because you bend. It's just not. It's not in my comfort zone.
No, not at all.
Of it. Like I'm just not one of those people. I envy those people.
Sarah Drummond said,
No, Sarah has not killed me yet.
And who is Sarah?
Sarah is one of my best friends. She actually is a very good cook. I don't even know if she.
Oh wait, is she talking about cooking or yoga?
She's definitely not talking about yoga.
Okay.
She is not talking about yoga for sure.
That's hysterical.
No, Sarah and Courtney are friends. They're like family friends, and they feed us constantly, which is good.
Oh, so it's her fault that you and your husband have gained weight.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna put it as. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're on record saying it.
On record saying it. It's not because I can't stop shoving shit into my face. It's because kind people keep giving me food. That's why I'm fat.
Her thing is cooking and baking. Okay, so Steph, I gave Steph, Sarah, if you want a really good zucchini bread recipe, I have one from my Oma, which is grandma in German. I have one from my Oma from like when she was alive.
Those are the best.
Written down. It's the best recipe. I mean, really? I could eat a whole loaf of this when I was 12 without gaining weight, which was no more food for you. You're fucked. Missy, you're fucked. No more food for you.
No, I want all of food.
Yeah, you went on record.
No.
She was joking. It's an occupational hazard.
You should see her shortbread and her Texas. I call it a Texas Hold'em cake. It's actually called a Texas sheet cake. Oh, Sarah.
It was a joke, Sarah. It's an occupational hazard.
And Jess will make it all better and give us the zucchini recipe.
For the zucchini recipe. So I make this, right? I follow the recipe. Steph makes it. She's like, I'm not going to use oil. I'm just going to use applesauce. And I was like, okay, but I don't know what the exchange rate is for that. You know,
right.
like you have to look it up. Like it's a science.
Right.
Baking is a science. You can't go off script. This is what I used to tell my kids when I was directing, right? I would say, listen, I think Dorothy had the hardest time because she had to say, oh, me, oh, my, a lot.
Yes.
And oh, me and oh, my were words that would trigger the next line for someone else. And so she was ad-libbing, oh, me and oh, my. You can totally fuck someone up, right?
Yeah.
So your words matter. And so just in the case, here she is, I make good banana bread. It's gotten better. But
you're not calling it good yet? You're just saying it's gotten better?
Sometimes it's actually good, but it's always different. And the thing with baking is if you read the recipe, it's always the same.
Yeah, baking.
So she's getting better. She's getting better at following the recipe.
Yeah.
But the first time she made it, I don't know what she did. It was rock hard on the outside, the top. I mean, it was hard, right?
Yeah.
And I just got myself in trouble.
Maybe Sarah and Courtney will feed you and she can feed me.
Honey, I was joking. It's an occupational hazard.
We bring the people we love into our demented senses of humor.
This is new material. This is also very true. So I was like, so I was like, well, let's try the top of it. You know, so I pulled off the top of it and, kisses to you, babe. And it was complete liquid on the inside.
Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah. Like, I don't even know what it was. the gazpacho.
Oh yeah, because
I took a bite of the gazpacho because she's like, "Oh, I made gazpacho. I'm so excited. Here, try it." And so I took it. I was like, "Oh," and I went into the sink and I took the little washer thing and I cleaned out my mouth. It was so bad. I was like, "What did you do?" She's like, "I'm like." She's like, "Well, I just tried to make gazpacho." I was like, "What? With what? Like, what recipe?" She's like, "Oh, I just winged it." I'm like, "You can't wing this shit, honey. You got to start following the recipe. You have to, you got to do the recipe." So my friend Nikki comes over, like, I don't know, within 5 minutes of that. And because I'm an asshole, right? I said, "Nikki," I said, "Steph just made the most amazing gazpacho. Would you like some?" Now, people are always like, "Oh, of course," because you never want to be rude and turn someone down, right? Because human nature is like, don't say yes. Thank you very much. That would be great. And then I handed her the bowl and I was like, "Here you go." And she took a bite and I didn't say anything. I just waited.
Just waited.
Because I wanted to see what she would do. And she was like, "It's not good." She didn't say that. She just held the bowl. She didn't say she didn't want to eat it. And she was not eating it. She just held the bowl for like 5 minutes. I'm like, "You don't like the gazpacho? What's wrong? Steph made it. She knew you're coming over. It was a surprise."
It's for you. You're a little ungrateful for yourself.
It's such ungrateful people.
Yeah.
And then I said, you don't have to eat it. I'm sorry. Remember, you want my cooking, baking skills, not my school skills.
She's in school to be a paramedic.
But
so she doesn't want to, yes, I would rather her show up here with food than with medical implements.
Yeah, that would be a completely different conversation.
Different scenario. But
this has been such a great conversation.
So much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. Thank you for having me.
I'm very excited that we got to meet.
Me too.
I'm very much looking forward to meeting you and hopefully working with you by the fall of 2021.
Let's put it in our books.
Let's definitely stay connected, okay?
Yes, we will definitely stay connected.
Absolutely. What I'm going to do right now is the Missy's information scrolling on the bottom there, you guys. So if you want to follow her, and I hope you do, all her information is there, and it's in the post as well. You hang out here. I'm going to end this broadcast, and then I'll come Back and just wrap things up with you offline. Okay. So thank you guys. If you enjoyed this, please share it with your friends. I think we did this was a really good, fun night.
It's a happy thing.
We had a really good time. So with that, I will say, wait, we got one more comment. Get her bread recipe. Oh, you want the zucchini bread?
Will you send me the bread recipe?
I will send you the. Yeah, you're gonna have to remind me.
I will. I'll remind you. I'll send it in Messenger.
So funny. So funny. All right, you guys. I'm Jess Miller. This is Missy Hall.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.